Hi everyone, it's Jenna here with Airdrie Angel. This month we're wrapping our arms around truly a strong and loving family in our community, the Dunand family. Their young daughter has been on an incredibly difficult journey over the last few months. What started as what seemed like a lingering illness led to something no parent ever expects to hear. A tumor was discovered between her heart and spine. Since that moment, life has shifted in ways no family can truly prepare for. Carly, a dedicated nurse, has stepped away from work to be by her daughter's side. Together with Grant, her husband, they've been navigating appointments, tests, and emotional weight that comes with so much uncertainty. And as if this wasn't enough, their home was also impacted by flooding, leaving them to manage unexpected damage during an already overwhelming time. On April 9th, Ruby underwent surgery in hopes of removing the tumor, and I'm so happy to report that they were able to remove the entire mass. At this time, we wanted to give Carly a moment, if she feels comfortable, to share a few words about their journey.
My name is Carly. I'm Ruby's mom, and back in November, December, Ruby came down with what we assumed was the flu. Seemed on par for the symptoms that everybody in her day home had, so we just tried to ride it out as normal as we could at home. And then about 3.5 weeks into it, we could tell that it had moved from her head to her chest, and I was worried. We were both worried about pneumonia, so we thought we'd make the executive decision to take her into Children's just to get a chest x-ray. And when the doctor came back, he said, her lungs look great. It seems to be the common flu that's going around, but we did find a mass. So she had no symptoms of, I guess what you could say is a tumor. So they sent us home and said that they would send her for a CT in the next coming weeks. So with that information, we just went home kind of in awe of what to do next. And that was a Saturday that we went in. And on the Monday morning, I got a phone call from Children's saying, hey, we've got a space available for a CT for Ruby. Can you make it in an hour? So I packed Ruby and I up. I grabbed Grant on his way from work, and we spent the next 8 to 10 hours at Children's on that Monday getting a CT scan, talking to oncologists and confirming that, yes, she did have a tumor in between her spine and her heart towards the right side of her body, all the while being completely asymptomatic, meaning she wasn't showing any signs of kind of what they thought this tumor might be. So she needed to have a test called an MIBG scan. It's a nuclear medicine scan. And so we'd be getting a phone call in the next coming days to get that booked. Again, leaving in a total disarray and wondering, our world literally just got turned upside down. Like, how is this happening to our kid who doesn't have any symptoms other than a common cold? Like, we caught this by a complete fluke. Your mom gut, that is what told me to take her in. Your gut instinct. We were told we had an appointment for December 23rd and 24th at Children's. So after our long day on the 23rd, we got home that evening. It's a couple days before Christmas. Everything's still up in the air, but we're just kind of finding our way along. And all of a sudden, the unit above our townhouse starts flooding into our townhouse. And we just thought, is this real life right now? So the firefighters were here, and the police were here, and restoration team was here. So we didn't go to bed until I think 11:30 that night, knowing we had to be back at the hospital the next morning. We went back and saw the oncologist on the 24th of December and explained to us the 3 types of tumors it could potentially be. And again, not having any symptoms, we didn't get admitted. So we had to wait for the testing to be completed. Her urine did come back that day, literally an hour before our conversation with the oncologist. And what we're describing it as the bad cancer did not show markers in her urine. So that was a huge weight off of our shoulders, realizing it wasn't the worst cancer, which is called a neuroblastoma. So we just sat and waited for an MRI because we were hoping we wouldn't have to do sedation for it. I guess the youngest kid they've ever had do an MRI without sedation was 4. Well, we just blew that out of the water with a 3.5-year-old because when we went for her MRI, she did it with no sedation, which is very unheard of. So we were very proud of her. So with that, we booked for April 9th, and she did phenomenal. We stayed one night in the hospital, and from the minute we were there to the day that we left, we were just so grateful for the teams that we had. They were fantastic with her. So as of right now, she does not need chemo or radiation. The tumor went off for pathology and genetics, and she's healing great. Kids are just so resilient. You just never expect for them to bounce back like this. She still has some pain. It's almost 2 weeks on Thursday, but we're down to minimal pain medication, and she's back to being her 3.5-year-old self.
Wow. Thank you so much for sharing that story. I can't imagine the emotion and the uncertainty that went in throughout all of these months. And then just adding, kind of that idea of icing on the cake with the flooding of your home. It's just, when your nominator, Courtney, said how resilient both you and Grant were, I don't even feel like that's a strong enough word for everything that you guys have overcome. And I'm so happy to hear how well Ruby's doing. She is just so brave. You both are so brave. And that's where I am so honored, and I am so grateful to be able to gift your family this month. So we have a beautiful bouquet of flowers from Funky Petals. We have a grocery gift card. We also have a SkipTheDishes gift card just to help take some of those stressful nights away, so you can order in. We have a basket full of activities to bring some light and distraction during Ruby's recovery. We also, once she feels able and better, we have a fun dance party experience that is through APA Dance Studio. So her and a bunch of little friends can go and have their own dance party.
That's amazing.
And I can't imagine everything that you and Grant have gone throughout this journey. And we want to be able to honor you both as a couple as well. So we do have a date night out with a gift card to 525 Restaurant and Patio at Woodside Golf Course. We also have a family zoo membership for the year for 3 to create those special memories together. I know when we chatted last week, you mentioned how much Ruby loves animals. So we want to be able to give her a summer full of animals. And then finally, we have $500 cash to support however you guys could need it most right now.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. You are so welcome. And I'm just so honored that you shared your story with us, and that Ruby is doing well. You and Grant are doing well. And none of this would be possible without the generosity of our amazing donors. And this month we have Funky Petals, Big Springs Plumbing and Heating, Victorious Glass, Real Purpose Real Estate by Shiloh Story, Remax First, David Bowman Painting, and 100 Men Airdrie. We hope this gift from the heart lifts your spirit and reminds you your community is here with you every step of the way.
Oh my gosh, I am in tears right now. I just am blown away by the support that we have had from friends, family, and strangers. It truly takes a village when you're going through something like this. And yeah, we feel beyond blessed and thankful and so blown away by all of this. And I think our goal now is to pay it forward, because we wouldn't have gotten through this without the generosity of other people.
That's the really special thing about our community, that with how big Airdrie's gotten, it still has that small town feel where it really does come together. And I'm so honored to be a part of a program like Airdrie Angel where we can do this. But outside of our program, the community really does rally around. And you're right. You really learn who those special supports are. And
absolutely.
During a difficult time.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're so welcome.